Yo, what's up, Bully fam? It's Henry A here with Bully Kings. And today, I'm going to be showing you guys how to inseminate a female. In other words, how to do an AI. So first, guys, this female is actually not one of my females. I produced this female. She's a chocolate tribe Merle. Beautiful girl. She's a little shy, but she's a beautiful girl. She's a rich swag god. Check her out, guys. She's being bred to a pocket boy. Pocket boy's back there in the background. I already pulled from him, but I've got the semen there. And I'm gonna show you guys how we're gonna inseminate her. First, I'm gonna show you guys what you're gonna need. So, you're gonna need some gloves. You're gonna need a 10 ml syringe, a 1 ml syringe, a rod, and put these things over here, some Vaseline, and you can also use some semen extender. This is optional. This is semen extender. You can get this from your vet. Everything else you can get at Amazon. But this is semen extender. What this is basically food for the sperm. So you put this in the sperm starts to eat it, and it gives it more vitality. The sperm becomes stronger, therefore it swims faster, and it stays alive longer. Normally, sperm dies after 24 hours of being out. But when you put this, it'll stay alive for about 3 to 5 days, or even more sometimes. So you put this on the semen, and you got a lot better chances of the semen traveling to where it's supposed to travel to in the female. So you put 1 ml of this for every 3 cc's of semen. I normally just put 1 ml for all. This is the 3rd day we're breeding this female. So this will be the final time. I'm going to show you guys how we're going to do it now. So I'm going to use my 1 ml syringe to draw 1 ml off of that semen extender. Just like this, just 1 ml. You can get these at Amazon, guys. All these syringes, you can find them at Amazon. You get way more syringes for the price that you pay for them. If you go to something like Revival Animal, they're way more expensive. Amazon has them a lot cheaper. Just gonna let that female go over there. But you grab this. This is the semen here. Now this semen does have a little bit of blood. That male threw out a little bit of blood. Sometimes it's happened. It happens. I honestly don't know why it happens. All I know is that my vet told me it's okay. You can still breed them like that. I've done it. Dogs still take, so it's perfectly fine. And my vet told me it was fine. It's all good. You put this in there. You stir it up a little bit. Just mix it up. Once you got it mixed up, now you're going to use your rod and the other syringe, the 10 ml. So I've got the rod here. Let me grab some gloves first. Okay. So I've got the rod, I got a 10 ml syringe. You want to use a 10 ml because 10 ml it's a great way, great amount of semen to get. If you got 3 ml, and then you got like 6 cc's of semen, you're gonna have to do two times. You're gonna have to pull the semen out twice and put it in there twice. So it's gonna be a mess. 10 ml, I think is big enough. If you got a bigger syringe, that works as well. But if I get more than 10 cc's of semen, I think that's way more than enough. 10 cc's is all I put. So look, we're gonna go ahead. You put this on the syringe. Be careful your semen don't fall. But yeah, that's actually something to look out to, guys. Be careful you don't spill that semen. So you do this. You pull the semen. We've got exactly 10 cc's. Now keep in mind, 1 ml of this is from the semen extender. So we got 10 cc's. I'm going to show you guys how to put it in there. So you're going to grab some Vaseline. You're going to put a tiny bit on the rod. just like this, just a tiny bit. And I'm gonna show you how to hold the female. When you pick up the female, guys, especially if you're doing this on your own, be careful with the syringe not to drop it, and be careful the back of it does not come off. I actually had a time where the back of the syringe came off and I dropped the semen. So it was a fucking mess. Let me show you guys now how I do it. Grab the female, come here. So I've got this harness on the female. The harness helps me keep control of her. You're gonna grab the female. You're gonna grab her like this by her two hind legs. Just like this. You're gonna grab her and then you're gonna wrap your legs around her. So watch, I'm gonna sit down here. You're gonna put her like this. You grab a little bit more Vaseline. You just rub it on there. So when you come in, guys, it can be a little tricky if you don't know what you're doing, but there's only two ways. You're gonna hit a wall or you're gonna go all in. When she's ready, it will go all in. If she's not ready, you're gonna be struggling outward. If you're gonna be closing up, then she's not gonna let you in. So this is what you do. You put your finger and you kind of guide the rod with your finger. Put the rod in the inside of your finger and you're gonna guide it. The way to go is kind of up and to the left. If you go to the right and down, you're gonna hit a wall. But up and to the left is the way to go. Once you're in there, you can feel it. You start pushing little by little. Use your finger to help you kind of open it up, and it should slide right in by itself. Just kind of push around, and you'll feel when it opens up. Right there where it opens is where you push. You push it in there. Once you're in there, you're gonna push it in, and once you push it in, just like that, you put your thumb on it so it doesn't shoot back at you. Now you're gonna draw some air on here. Draw some air. Put this in there. Be careful it'll shoot up at you, so you gotta be quick here. Make sure that the rod goes all the way in as much as possible. You put that air, as soon as you put it in, pull it out real quick. And you put your finger. When you pull that rod out, you put one of your fingers in there. The reason why you do this is because that semen tends to shoot back at you. So you don't want it to shoot back at you. You put your finger, you leave your finger in here for about 10 minutes. A lot of breeders will not hold it for 10 minutes. They'll do it for like a minute and then they'll let the dog go. That is a problem, guys, because from my experience, I got something in my eye, man. But yeah, guys, from my experience, that semen will shoot back at you. If you do not hold it for a minimum of 10 minutes, your finger's gotta be in there for at least 10 minutes. After that, you take your finger out and you just hold the dog for about 30 minutes. Now, I'm not going to do the whole video for 30 minutes, but I'm going to break it down for you guys. That way you guys know what's best. Like I said, not all breeders or vets do this. So I'm going to show you guys what's the best way. You leave your finger in there for about 10 minutes. Keep in mind, guys, we're breeding these dogs. We're potentially selling them for big-ass numbers. So if your goal is to breed some badass dogs that you know are going to be super dope, you want to make the most of it. Take your time. You know, hold these dogs for at least 30 minutes. A lot of people think 10 minutes is enough. Nah, man, you're just decreasing your possibilities of getting the female pregnant. So the reason why you do this, you have the dog facing down. Gravity's helping you. It's helping that semen travel down to where it's supposed to go. The longer you hold this, the longer you're mimicking an actual live breeding of dogs going on. You know, when the male gets stuck with the female, what happens? The male and the female are locked in for about 30 minutes. So this is what you're trying to do. You keep your finger 10 minutes in there. That way the semen doesn't bust out back at you. If you do it any less, you pull your finger out, you're going to be losing a lot of semen. Again, we're trying to maximize our results here, you know. We're looking forward to get a dope-ass breeding. My homie here, he bought his dogs. He's looking forward to get some puppies off of these dogs. So I'm going to make the most of it, you know. I'm not going to take his money for the service that I'm doing for him and make a cheap-ass service. I'm trying to make the most out of it, you know, with everything that we do. But, 10 minutes, my finger's in there. After those 10 minutes, I pull my finger out and I hold it for 20 more minutes. I normally set a timer. I tell my phone, hey Siri, set a timer. And she does it, you know, something like that. But I hold her here. In the meantime, what you can do, some people do this. I sometimes do it, not most of the time I don't. I don't feel like it does much. But you can kind of mess with the female and she'll flag around. Just by tapping her around, she'll flag around. And you can feel her contracting in your finger. When the more she contracts, the more she sucks that semen in. But I don't even really do it much anymore. Like I said, I just make sure I hold them for at least 30 minutes. Now guys, I'll tell you guys a story. One time I took my dogs to the vet. I paid this guy $150 to do an AI like this. Now, I've been watching videos on YouTube on how people do it, but I wanted to see how my vet did it. I wanted to get an experience, see if it was worth it. So my vet, guys, grabbed a syringe like this. I paid this guy $150, keep in mind. He pulled the semen, he got about 3 cc's, did not even hold the dog, the male dog, for much long. So he didn't get that much semen out of the dog because they're just trying to get in and out and take your money. He got about 3 cc's off of my dog. He put the syringe in there with no rod, just like this. Threw it in, did not even hold the dog upside down. The dog was standing on the floor. Put it in, took it out, threw away the syringe, and he said, there, you're good to go. And I was like, is that it? He's like, yeah, you just put the semen in there and the semen travels. Guys, that guy robbed the shit out of me. That female did not get pregnant. I'm not saying they won't. They potentially can because the semen does travel. But guys, this is how you maximize your results, man. Again, we're breeding to try and get some dope-ass dogs. We're not breeding for some rats. You know, if you're breeding for some rats, then knock it out quick. But we're trying to get some dope-ass dogs here, got high expectancies, or somebody's paying you to do a service, so make the most of it, you know? But yeah, guys, if you guys are ever in a situation where you're breeding your female, and whether it's a vet or another breeder, if the breeder does not want to hold your dog for too long, or the vet's just doing a bad service, now you guys know you can do this yourself. You know, if the breeder lets go of your dog real quick, because sometimes, like I said, all they want to do is take your money. You know, you pay $2,000, $3,000, $5,000 for a stud service. I'm talking about thousands of dollars, $2,000, $3,000, $5,000 sometimes for a stud service. The guy just puts it in there and lets go of your dog. You know, what you could do is sit down, grab your dog like this by yourself. This female's pretty calm. But when they're tough, you want to hold on to the legs like this, and you want to lock on like this. By doing this, you're going to hold your dog in a position a lot better. It'll be easier for you to hold her like that. But guys, that is how we do an AI, artificial insemination on a female. I hope this video helps you guys out. And again, guys, keep in mind the difference that it's made from my videos, from anybody else's videos. It's not just that I'm showing you how to do it, but the big tips that I'm giving you and everything. I haven't seen no videos of people break down the tips on how to do everything step by step, how I show you guys. So again, guys, I hope this video helps. If you guys got any questions on how I did something, how I'm doing something, comment down in the comment section. If you guys got any ideas on any new videos you guys want to see, let me know. And I'll be looking forward to it. Again, Bully Kings, baby.